as dependent persons.
When those very livelihoods are taken away, their security also is snatched away. And I don't mean to say that they should be therefore restricted to their immediate environments. But this is what is the scenario. In the society such as ours, which is on the continuum from tradition to modernity, the women face both the respect of a Devi and the ditching of a Dasi, the exploitation and expropriation of her labor. But rarely is she considered as a human being, and that is what the struggle is for. And when it is said every time that in this country we really look at women with dignity, what is happening in the recent times is known to you all. We were just traveling on the streets of Calicut, and every single advertisement and poster has woman's face or a body on it. Whether it is an advertisement of a car, a motor car, or an irrigation pump set, they need woman's face and body there. That is commodification. Something that is affecting water, something that is affecting land, something that is affecting every natural resource. But it is also now taking over through the various market mechanisms, the women and the womanhood. And hence, that is what is leading to the passion which is attacking and which is molesting and insulting. Think of the saints who talked about the equity on the basis of the relationship between the genders. Vasana, which is at the roots of all the present time troubles. And then the bazaar, the market, which is furthering and facilitating that. That is something we must get rid of. And that is the task, the wide-ranging vision that Anweshi takes forward. We know that the media on one hand is presenting this kind of commodification as indicators of development and progress. But mind you, like Anweshi's Sangathita, there are alternative media, maybe our movements of India, our Andolan in Marathi, and the movements and actions themselves becoming the medium to convey and communicate, as is this program aiming at. These are the alternative media and alternative communications that are still striving to build in that force on the basis of equity and justice. These are not just the legal rights and the constitutional rights. Human rights are much above legal and constitutional rights. The laws are changing and the constitutions also keep changing. But the human rights are born human beings' rights. And so these communications, and I must salute Anweshi for this too, the way they are communicating with the outer world. I have seen Ajita and her colleagues participating in our national conventions and putting forth what may be called a feminist viewpoint, but I would not call it so. ये केवल स्त्रीवादी नजरिया नहीं है, ये स्त्री का नजरिया है. Once you entangle it into isms, dogmatism is likely to come up. But अगर आप माँ की नजर से देखोगे, if you look at everything, development to destruction, from the mother's point of view, your own mother's point of view, what ism? It is nothing less than humanism that you experience and you feel the strength of. And that is what Anweshi's team has been putting forth. And all of us, the people's movements, require that this comes to not only to us, the women activists, but also our men activists, the youngsters who join our movements, maybe to save their own land or save their own rights of the students. They need to have that nazariya, that viewpoint towards not just development, but life and lifestyle. And there is the contribution of the women's movement, and Anweshi forms a part and a pillar of that same strength. I salute them for this. I know that the women in the movements and movements which are in the constructive work, not just in struggles, have yet lots to achieve. Our alliance between the struggles and the constructive work is to be complementary, and hence, just as they are reaching out to the various sections of population to tell them what the women in their own families feel like, they also have to fight for the appropriate policies and laws. The domestic violence and the law that has come up around that, the sexual harassment and the law that has come around it, the domestic workers policy, so on and so forth. These are specifically focusing upon and fulfilling partly or fully the demands that have come from the women's movement. So mind you, although there is always a talk about the political parties' positions on the laws and legislations, think about the pro-people legislations. May it be the women's laws, may it be labor laws, may those be the laws such as Right to Information, Forest Rights Act, now the new Land Acquisition Act, not full and perfect, but getting rid of the British legacy of land acquisition, or even the latest Lokpal. These come out of the women's movements, the people's movements, and so that also is a role that Anweshi and such organizations have been playing. So think of the wide range of activities and achievements, and that include not just counseling to individual women folk and getting the men along as they are seen to be here. I'm so proud of you, my brothers, that you have made it to Anweshi's program, and you have not just sent your sisters or mothers. No, it's a program of women, by women, for women. No, we want a true democracy, we want a true humane democracy, and there we also want 50% of people's representation coming from the women. Why 33%? Where does this figure come from? I never know. We want 50% representation because that is still more or less our strength in the population. Tomorrow, if we come down to 33 through infanticide, then the matter would be different, and then we will not leave those who symbolize the patriarchal. But certainly today we want that. We want one woman and one man as the representative, and two representatives from each electoral constituency. Why can't that come true? So there are a number of other manzils which are yet to be achieved. And when we are not in electoral politics, we are Aam Aurat movement. We have the strong women's force in every movement, may it be Narmada, may it be Adivasi struggles, may it be the struggles of the slum dwellers. And that would, we hope, would bring the full-fledged vision that is of Anweshi's and that is of Narmada Bachao and National Alliance of People's Movements come true. That's not just a utopian dream. It is a reality in many parts of the country today. I know the Gulabi gang and different kinds of, extemporaneous kind of responses and reactions that are coming from the movement. And those are not limited to the, the Bachat Guts, the World Bank sponsored micro budgeting schemes. But even then, even those kinds of activities give the women an opportunity and a forum to come together and share with each other. So what to talk about Anweshi and such fora? These are the real women's humane fora, and that I am a part of it today on this occasion of great achievement and a long way that is being chalked out. I am feeling so proud and privileged, thankful to you all, thankful to Ajita and the whole team of Anweshi, and thanks to all those who support Anweshi. I would just give 2-3 slogans which are women's slogans in our movement. मैं हिंदी में ही slogans दे सकती हूँ, slogans को अंग्रेजी में देने के लिए नहीं कहना मुझे। तो slogans are, translation will come from CR, sorry, I was so full of feelings that I thought I should better stick to the whole speech. But slogans are, जब जब महिला लड़ती है, अन्याय की नींव धंसती है. Whenever the women fight, the base of injustice sinks down. That's not a very good English translation maybe, but this is one slogan. So please say, अन्याय की नींव धंसती है. अन्याय की नींव is the base. The basis of injustice crumbles down. धंसती है, जैसे घर की नींव धंसती है जब earthquake आता है, उस प्रकार से. So can I say it? At least women should raise the hands and give that slogan. जब जब महिला लड़ती है, अन्याय की नींव धंसती है. जब जब महिला लड़ती है, अन्याय की नींव धंसती है. That's one. दूसरा नारा है, बहनों की इज्जत है किसमें? बहनों की इज्जत है किसमें? Because it is name of izzat. I remember when there was communal riot in Malegaon, the Nasik district of Maharashtra. I must tell you that story in very, very short. We went to meet the people who were ousted from their houses and their communities. And first, from all men on both sides, what we heard was the same story. हमारी महिलाओं पर आक्रमण हुआ, हम क्या षंड हैं? Are we impotent? Our women are being targeted, our women are attacked. We felt so sad that both the communities, men attacking only women. That is not even communalism. That is anti-womanism. So we said that we must look into it. Then we reached out to the camps. This is a true story, sir. Then we reached out to the camps where the ousted population was staying. Because these men were moving around, meeting the politicians, giving press interviews and whatnot, and taking up the challenge and giving the challenges. And the women were busy in feeding their children with no shelter and no food left with them. We met them because being a woman, we can reach out to the chulhas. And hence we found them inside. And what they told us was exactly the opposite. You won't believe exactly the opposite. The women in Bhavsar colony, take by name and go and visit Malegaon, were told us that those in the Nizam Nagar saved us. And those in the Nizam Nagar told us that the Bhavsar colony women saved us. That was the true alliance that gave us a hope that sometime all the discriminations based on caste, creed, gender, now the regionalism of Raj Thackeray and of course religion would come to an end, and that can happen only if women with her izzat doesn't become an unjustifiable factor for the patriarchal society to divide and discriminate in their favor and against the women. So this slogan, महिलाओं की इज्जत है किसमें? It's not in burqa when the Khap Panchayat is already on the scenario of the country, insulting the women and challenging all of us not belonging to particular communities. महिलाओं की इज्जत है किसमें? गांव देश बचाने में. In urban areas we say बस्ती देश बचाने में. So we are not fighting only to save ourselves. We are fighting to save this country and the world, the humanity and the values too. So that is what we like to convey through this kind of slogan. So please join me if you can. महिलाओं की इज्जत है किसमें? गांव देश बचाने में. महिलाओं की इज्जत है किसमें? गांव देश बचाने में. महिलाओं की इज्जत है किसमें? गांव देश बचाने में. Please my friends, do join us. Join with your voice that needs to be raised, if not weapons. And join us with your commitment to equity and justice, which Anweshi and all of us, their supporters, friends and allies, appeal to you all. Thankful to you for giving me this opportunity to express my feelings.